One of the main complaints I have from patients is fatigue and brain fog. Brain fog is a feeling of lack of clarity. We know when our mind is working well. We know when it's not as sharp as it can be. But if that lack of clarity is persistent, people call it brain fog. I'm just in a fog. I can't think the way I used to think. What's going on? Well, as a conventional physician, I would look at typical things going on with someone's metabolism, whether it's their thyroid function, their glucose or sugar. I would make sure they're not anemic, make sure they don't have depression. Usually that type of workup will come back normal, and there'll be no actual cause that I can come up with the patient's brain fog. If they have certain symptoms associated with that, such as headache or visual problems, I may get some imaging study to make sure they don't have something bad going on in their brain, something like multiple sclerosis or, God forbid, a brain tumor. But those things are very uncommon. It's more common to have the 4 pillars of health give us information, whether it's poor sleep, lack of activity, which means poor exercise, whether it's poor nutrition so that people are not getting the vitamins and minerals they need to produce energy, or if there's too much stress in their life causing things like depression. These can all cause brain fog. To find out more, if a history doesn't give me the information I need, I may look at certain functional medicine testing to look for signs of inflammation in a general sense, buildup of toxins that aren't being rid of, whether it's someone's inability to methylate or difficulty eliminating because of bowel issues or kidney issues. There may be some dysregulation of insulin, so the sensitivity of insulin is affected, which causes someone's glucose to be high and low throughout the day to such a degree that it makes them exhausted and their brain doesn't have the clarity it should have. Sometimes there's neurotransmitter problems, not bad enough to cause depression or anxiety, but bad enough to hinder our use of energy, whether it's issues with dopamine or epinephrine or norepinephrine. Lastly, there may be bacterial overgrowths in the gut that's causing the inflammation, or it could be a gut issue dealing with absorption of nutrients that may result in something that we call leaky gut, which triggers the immune system. And that part where the gut triggers the immune system and then affects the brain is conveniently called the gut-brain connection. And if you look under gut-brain connection, you'll see thousands and thousands of articles talking about all the various entities of which I've outlined.